All right, here we are, yet another episode taken on, still down in Cancun at the current moment. And yeah, as I am putting together these videos, as I'm creating all these different accounts for the first time in forever, creating my Instagram account, I actually didn't start my Instagram account until I was already in Africa doing my third episode. And even all the kids down in Africa would come up and be like, Insta. And I'd be like, no, Facebook. And they'd be like, oh, you old. And I'm like, oh my gosh. If I'm hearing this from kids in Africa, I better step up my game a little bit. And so I actually had a lady, one of the girls at the desk, help me create my Instagram account in Africa. Before I was about to climb, I was actually in Egypt at the time. And so now I have my YouTube channel I'm building out. I have my Instagram account. I have X platform now. And it's crazy. It is, I thought YouTube, the billions and billions of videos on YouTube, there is not a single thing that you cannot learn, do, look up. Like, and then you add YouTube with Insta, Facebook, and X. It is an insurmountable amount of accounts and videos and influencers and just so many different voices and people to have to try to be able to find cleverly creative ways to get your voice heard over everybody else's. And as I go through this entire process and I'm learning all this stuff, like the biggest thing that just keeps popping up into my head this week is imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome, and how do you even remotely try to genuinely create something that hasn't already been, like a ripoff, already hasn't been said a million different times, already hasn't been created into a billion different memes, or just everything just seems recycled, resurfaced, and reused, and is just people. We put our own spin, we put our own flair, we put our own touch, we put our own, like, little bit of a different story to it. We tweak it, alter it, change it, but nonetheless, it's all a lot of the same. One of the Nepal, same but different, had become an expression that more intense than actually taught me, and it's so true. Everything is just same, just a little different, just a little, flair, a little different change of music, just a little different spin. So creating all these videos, creating all these channels, creating all this content, or trying to be able to, like, give my own thoughts, give my own ideas, trying to creatively just share where I'm at, what I'm doing, and what's happening. And as original and as, thought out, or as much as I think through things, it's like, what are these thoughts? These thoughts are still the same of what I've all just been listening to, what I've been retaining, and everything that I've heard over all these years. So it's like, man, how do you not feel a sense of imposter? How do you not feel a sense of, like, it ripping something off or not being original? And it gets to a point where you're almost like, how do you spin something so uniquely that it actually authentically becomes your own? And that is, that is something that's just, it's interesting. And it does make you feel like, okay, well, what the heck is the point of me trying to create a channel? What the heck is the point of me trying to have my voice heard over these billions of other people? What the heck is the point of even all of this to begin with? Why do I even want to sit here and try to compete against all these people? Why do I want to even try to feel like I need to have my voice heard over others? It's just those things, those areas and thoughts that your brain goes to where you're like, what do we say? What do we do? How do we create? How do we compete? How do you not even compete? And when you look at it in that regards, been raised up against all my brothers, and playing all the sports and doing all these things. So my mindset has always been that competitor, always been that, like, when you get into something, you just go. You got to give it your all. You got to commit and compete and just, So, and I feel like with that competitive mindset, it gives you a bit of an edge, and it allows you to, like, not give up and keep going, even amongst all these thoughts and even amongst all these different things that tell you, this is just another video amongst a billion other ones, and who's even going to pick up and watch this, or like, maybe you'll get 100 views on this one or something. Who knows? But yeah, it is kind of interesting, and it is a different world to step into, and even just putting your face and your voice, and even just, I feel like having enough to even just do that within itself sets you apart a little bit further than most. Because if you think about it, public speaking and having an audience, or trying to create a platform, or just public speaking in general, is one of the hardest things, or the scariest things to be able to do. Because a lot of us don't feel like our voice matters. A lot of us feel like we don't have something to offer, or nothing unique, or nothing, clever enough, or we just have these billions of voices that drown us out. So even having the courage enough to just be able to, like, do this within itself is something that, you hold on to, and that you continue to make you feel like, okay, at least you're just getting out there. If nonetheless, even if that 100 people, even if it's 100 new people, even if it's 10 people, even if it's whatever it is that hears the message, hears the voice, hears something in a way that they haven't heard before. Maybe it is unique enough, because that was another one of the speeches that I listened to is, I think it was Eric Thomas, and he was talking about, like, Tony Robbins can't reach the people that I reach. There's certain demographics of people, or certain people that listen to other people, or certain tones, certain voices, certain messages, certain things that resonate differently with every single person. So your voice might resonate with an entirely different group of people that another person might not be able to reach, or somebody else didn't have the opportunity to be able to connect with. And so every voice, every message, every twist, every alteration of what it is that we're creating or trying to put out there is something that somebody else might resonate with. It might be that one person that just needed to hear it. It might be, the 10 people that were meant to hear it. But as long as somebody hears it, and as long as somebody's able to take something from it, and as long as we're willing to just want to be able to, like, try to contribute and add more thoughts, more ideas, more ways of looking at things, to the degree as to where people can just either resonate with it or you don't, or you either accept it or don't, or you either call us a fraud, or you call us a ripoff, or you say it's dumb, you say the message is whatever, because that's all the things that come along with that imposter syndrome, is, feeling like it's just a ripoff, or it's not good enough, or, who am I to be the one to be able to voice my opinion? So in this entire episode, and I didn't even get into, like, welcome to my channel. My name is Brian Wright, and this is my journey of being able to find peace and bringing you along for the ride of where I've been throughout the year, and where I continue to keep finding myself in all these different places, and just really reflecting and meditating and having all these different things that keep resonating. And in the moments, I just, feel like I want to share and get it out there and just talk and build a community of individuals that are willing to want to be able to build ourselves to become the healthiest versions and of who we want to be, and to be able to find healthier ways to create sustainable peace, and to be able to create our own sense of passion and purpose that continue to drive us, to make us feel like we are adding as much value into each day that we can. And so, like, I do want to hear from everybody else. Have we felt like imposters? Have we felt like, our voice doesn't matter? Have we felt like, I've tried saying my own thing for, ever, and just nobody listens? Whatever that is, what's held us back from wanting to be able to share? What's held us back from truly contributing, or, like, trying to like share what we know? Or have you had really good success in, others following you? Or have you had a message that really did resonate? Or something you came up with that was like, wow, and people heard it and were like, oh my gosh, that's brilliant. Were you able to come up with something cleverly creative that nobody else, like a meme of your own? How hard is that to do? It's so crazy to think of, to be authentically original in a world where there's just such an abundance of everything. So yeah, imposter syndrome. How do we navigate this world of just having to feel like we're competing, or not even competing, but like having our messages up against like billions of others? If you're trying to do this, or just in a world in general where everybody else's voices feel like they have something more to offer, or better to offer, or they say it better or differently, or whatever that looks like, and it holds us back from authentically being able to speak our truth, or speak our purpose, or speak our passions. So how do we move past those things, continue to keep building upon where we're at, and be able to use our voice for more good and more positive? So thank you for joining along. Thank you for listening to me as always. Like, share, subscribe, smash that notification button, all that other stuff that everybody always says. And I look forward to continuing to bring you on this journey with me and sharing where I'm at and my ideas and my thoughts. So here we go. It's continually being able to be on this journey of finding peace together.